What is up, family? Peace and love. Welcome back to another one. Today, we are talking about the spiritual power and the spiritual pitfalls of summer. Okay. The only thing I hear, in my spiritual ear as I'm joining and getting this live started right now is this right here. This is what vibes I'm picking up for the summer.
Hot and hot and so hot and so hot and oh, you want a little bit of
Big summer vibe.
and a little bit of just a little bit I was like, good gracious, ass bodacious, flirtatious, trying to show patience. I'm waiting for the right time to shoot my steam. Waiting for the right time to flash them keys. And I'm leaving, please believe in. Me and the rest of my heathens. Checking out a lock at the top of the Four Seasons. Penthouse, rooftop, birds I'm feeding. No deceiving, nothing up my sleeving. No teasing, I need you to get up on the dance floor. Get that man what he asking for. Cause I feel like busting loose. And I feel like touching you, and can't nobody stop the juice. So baby, tell me what's the use? I said it's getting hot in here. So hot.
Right? That is so summer season, right? That is such summer energy. Hopefully, y'all are feeling those vibes. It is definitely getting hot in here. It is hot as hell in Texas, right? A lot of heat, a lot of energy this summer. And of course, if you're here, then you know that this energy is spiritual, right? It's not just the physical heat from the sun beaming down. This energy has a spiritual meaning and a spiritual essence. And anytime we have a season change, this is symbolic of something needing to change, needing to shift and align inside of us. So that is what we are going to be getting into today. How do we really optimize our summer season? How do we get in alignment with the energy of summer? I've said this before, I will say it again and again and again and again. When we look outside and we see nature going through its transformative process, the sun heating up, okay, the sun rising to its peak, i.e., the summer solstice. When we see these things happening, the Most High is just giving us a reflection of what is also happening inside of us. And so, in order for us to really optimize our life experience, in order for us to manifest the things that we are supposed to manifest, in order for us to live the life that we're supposed to live, we need to use these season changes as a guidebook as to internal changes and shifts that we should be making inside of ourselves. Okay. So the summer season is about heat. It's about passion. It's about purpose. It is visibility. It's exposure. Heck, I already got my chest and shoulders out right now. Okay. That's what the summer season gives us. The summer season is about desire, fire, passion. And what we want to make sure that we are doing as spiritual beings is utilizing this energy in the most powerful and high vibrational way that serves and supports our highest good, okay? Because on the opposite side of that heat, that passion, that fire, that exposure, that fun, that visibility, that can happen in the summer. The other side of that, which is a pitfall of the summer season, is that people can get lazy. Why? Because in the summer, you hitting up all the day parties, okay? You're just doing more. You outside, maybe having more drinks than you would usually, eating a certain way from the barbecues and all of the things. Just the environment of summer can make your energy be more focused on fun rather than purpose and passion and the things that you need to be giving your energy to. The other pitfall of summer is definitely lust. right? Everybody outside is hot. It's like like I see in my mind's eye like a dog like this, panting, hot, wanting some, needing that water, needing that nourishment, right? That's summer. Summer, you outside is hot and everybody is wanting something, trying to go out and get it. Do we understand? The other aspect of summer that can be a pitfall that we want to pay attention to is the overspending, right? The overspending of summer. Because when you're in the winter time and you inside, of course, people overspend then too when it comes like to all of these holidays, Christmas, New Year, all of those things. But at some point, we decide to pull it in, right? We in the house. We to ourselves. Summer season comes, we outside. Like I said, more drinks, more fun. You going to the beach, you going to the water parks, you having a barbecue, hosting a party. All of these things are very valid and necessary for the summer season. But of course, we just want to be mindful. We want to pay attention to it. The summer season can also bring a lot of distraction. Can bring a lot of distraction because there's always so much entertainment. There's always something to do. There's always something happening in summer. So it can help you to lose focus on the things that matter most, right? Summer season, okay? So, of course, for you spiritual beings that are here right now, and to all of my sacred sisters who are here right now, we want to make sure that we understand this energy and we're able to balance it. Something else that Spirit has been giving me, this just happened the other day. I wake up in the morning, I'm like, okay, I'm taking the kids out. We leave the house, sun shining bright. We start riding, getting down the road. It starts raining like hell. I'm talking about raining cats and dogs. That's another part of summer that a lot of people don't talk about, which we talk about it when we talk about hurricane season. But there's a spiritual essence to that, because something that I noticed when it comes down to the summer is every time after it rains, it gets a little bit hotter. Do any of y'all notice that? Anytime after you get a good rain, wherever you live, it seems like the heat, the level of that intensity increases. Okay? There's something spiritual, as to why the divine did it in that way. Because why is during the summer, is it hurricane season? If you're not from a place like Florida or Texas or anywhere along a coast, you may not, pay attention so much to this. But here in Houston, when the summer season starts, we are understanding that we need to be careful of hurricanes. There's a spiritual message. There's a spiritual essence to that, right? And so we will get into all of that. One of the number one reasons why the summer season is so important is because it is a time of shedding dead weight. Put in the comments right now, shedding dead weight. The summer season invites us to do that. This is why before we even hit summer, people are already talking about their summer bodies. That is not a coincidence. That is literally spiritual design. Because with the heat increasing, okay, you don't want all of that stuff on you. Whether it's weight, whether it's people, whether it's clothes, situations. When you get to the summer, the energy is so high. The heat is so thick. You want to take off and let go as many things as you possibly can. And this is on purpose, spiritually speaking. So good. We see it all the time, but we don't really look at the spiritual essence of why people are talking about, oh, I'm working on my summer body. I got to be summertime fine. What's really happening on a spiritual level is we're letting go of mental, emotional, and physical baggage. The summer invites us into that. It's like it's too hot for you to be carrying old stuff. Okay? So why is that though? Whenever we get into the summer, family, We're talking about our light. We're talking about our light. We're talking about our inner sun. So good. Our inner sun, or what you all may know as the solar plexus chakra, which is how do we allow ourselves to be seen? And if you really want to be seen for who you truly are, you're going to have to let go of things that no longer serve you. That's what the summer is asking all of us. What situation? What relationship? What job? What habits are you doing that are blocking your light from shining at the level of power and potency that it's supposed to? That's the invitation of summer, or one of the invitations of summer. And I will tell y'all my very own experience. I have ended my contract with this former place that I used to coach volleyball, right? I've talked about this place over the past 2 years consistently. There have been just different spiritual things occurring. Well, about 2 weeks ago, we officially decided to go our separate ways, right? And it was funny because back in October, I was already telling myself, okay, at the end of May, I need to be ready to go. At the end of May, that's going to be time's up of me working and coaching at this place. And over from October till May, there had continued to be just little bullshit that this company was doing, right? Just little things that I was noticing that was just not in alignment with who I am and what I need to do. And so 2 weeks ago, I'm already plotting and planning my stuff, my movement. I get called into the office by the owner, and he's asking me, Desiree, like, where are you at? It seems like we still can't get in alignment with you and the company, right? Most coaches just jump on things. Most coaches just say yes, they just accept whatever. But with you, it just always seems like we just can't get you to do what we want you to do. And from right there, we decided, okay, well, I think that's the end of our time. The season is done. It's time for us to move on. Working for that company, being in contract with that company was literally dead weight to me, because I had to go in there and like shapeshift and be a person, right? Let me say it this way. I couldn't be my full self because I had to protect my energy. I couldn't go in there and spread the love, the light, the wisdom, the insight that I have when it comes to volleyball or when it comes down to anything, just because I have to be looking over my back like this. Who's saying this? Who doing this? Just mess, right? And so we decided to let it go. And when I tell you the amount of blessings and magic, and like when I tell you things happen Godspeed when you let go of dead weight, whether it is a company, a relationship, a thought process, or a habit. The summer season is like, girl, it's too hot to be carrying old shit. You are too hot. You are too powerful. You have such a light inside of you that is meant to be experienced. Like your light, like imagine being outside on the perfect summer day, and that sun just is hitting your skin, and you're just receiving all of that light. There's a type of sunlight that can deeply nourish you and make you be like, oh, I feel good. I feel healed. Imagine this summer, you going out to the pool, you laying out, you dipping in the water, you come out, you feel healed after being in that sun. Make sure you keep you some water, sis. I don't need you dehydrated out here passing out, okay? Just keeping it real with y'all. But you are like the sun. There are people that you are meant to shine on. And spirit is so funny because how I just heard that, I heard it, I can hear, who is this? Big Crit? Does Big Crit y'all have a song called Shine on, shine on. Y'all will let me know in the comments, right? But I'm hearing it two ways. On one hand, when I'm saying there are people that you're meant to shine on, I'm meaning there's a certain level of love, power, and purpose that you're meant to share with people, that you're meant to shine your light on, and it helps them to expand, to grow, to heal, to transform just because you came into their lives. Like you should be expecting that to happen this summer. On the other side of that, this is a time for you to shine on them hoes, okay? I would just say it that way. That's the best way that I can say it, right? Here's what I mean by that. 2 weeks ago, I left where I was coaching and immediately hit the ground running in my own business, starting my own volleyball club, right? Over this last 2 weeks, I have had so many parents, so many players, and people that I do not know reach out to me for my coaching services. And at first, there was a part of me that was hesitant on putting all of my stuff out there because I'm like, I don't want the wrong person to see it, because what if they go back to them and they go back to them and it just be a bunch of mess, and you know what I mean? But as I've sat with it more and more and more, one of the things that Spirit has really said to me is like, one, you cannot care about the consequences and the repercussions and the offense that you cause to other people by shining your light. Too many times we're worried about what so-and-so is going to say, how that job is going to feel, what the family members are going to think, or even worried about if people are going to support you in showing up in your purpose. This summer season right now says, forget all of that and shine. Okay? I want to go back and mention this part when it comes down to the dead weight. Because I wrote 3 things down that need to be released. Okay? 3 things that need to be released. 1, anything that is stopping you from connecting with the right people that will support your expansion and your purpose, you got to let them go. Or you got to let it go. It may be a belief system. It may be a hesitation. You have a vision. You have something that you want to create, something that you want to do. And you may have this belief running in your mind like, but are they going to see the vision? Am I really going to be supported? Can I really do this? Anything that is stopping you from making the right connections to support your purpose and your passion work and you shining your light, gotta shed that. Gotta let that go. Number 2 thing, anything that blocks you from showing up in your gifts, your abundance, and your manifestations, gotta shed that weight. Gotta shed that weight. So what do I mean by that? Let's say you are, let's say you're supposed to be a speaker, right? Whether it's a public speaker, an online speaker, whatever. And let's say you like to puff, puff, pass. And after you smoke so much, whatever, your throat be hoarse, you be coughing and your voice doesn't come out the way that it's supposed to. This is a time to shed that weight so that your gift, your purpose, and your passion can shine in the way that it's supposed to. Let me think of another example. I mean, the most perfect example I can give is that job situation that I just left, because it was so limiting and putting me in the best places to do what it is that I need to do. Let me ask y'all right now in the comments, if there is something in your mind right now that you can think of that is causing you to procrastinate, to delay, to not actually show up in that purpose or in that light, let me know in the comments. What is that thing for you? What are you realizing right now? I got to shed that dead weight. Come on, camera. Stop doing that. Why is this thing focusing on this? Needs to be focused. Oh, this picture is getting more of the camera focus. Okay. Shout out to Joel for his custom artwork there, but it's, doing something. Let me know in the comments. What are you letting go that has been blocking your gifts, your abundance, or your manifestations? Is it a thought? Is it a habit? Is it a person? Because it very well could be a person. Okay. Summer is about shining your light. Summer is about shining your light. And you cannot do that if you are hiding behind people, places, or things. At that company I was working for, I was essentially hiding. Because through my experiences, I had learned that if I voice my real thoughts, my real feelings, right, my real perception of what I'm experiencing, I'm going to be looked at as the bad guy. So you know what? This is no longer a place for me. Gotta go. Gotta go. Gotta let it go. Cece said a thought. Yeah, exactly, sis. L-I-G it. Let it go. It may be an emotion. That's also one of the reasons why I brought up a hurricane. Whenever we're looking at hurricanes, we are talking about wind and water. And when we look at that spiritually, we're talking about emotions and thoughts. So with the summer season, specifically where I live, for it to be extremely hot, very hot in Texas, but also on the opposite end, you may have a week or a weekend of heavy rain, heavy wind, flooding, all of these things. It says to me that in the summer, we have to pay attention to our emotions and how they impact our discipline. Very important. Number 2 thing about summer. I don't know if this is number 2 or number 3. Number 1 is a season of shedding weight. Number 2, it's about purpose, letting your light shine, activating those gifts, letting yourself be seen. Summer is about visibility. Summer is about lightening up. That's why we've got to be outside. Sundresses, Daisy Dukes, brothers gonna have on their tank tops, all the things. Letting themselves be seen, being outside. That is what summer is about. Summer is also, y'all, about relationships. Relationships. Why? Because summer involves connection. Summer involves connection. I guarantee you, every month there's going to be an opportunity for you to go out and connect with different people this summer. Always is. That's what this energy is about. So how do we manage this? How do we understand this? And it's super important that we do this because summer is a sexy season. More bathing suits, sundresses, short shorts, all the things. We already know this, right? Let me know in the comments, in the summer where you live, are people outside? Does it seem like there's more day parties? It's just more things to do. And what this is an opportunity to build more relationships, to find more friendships. If you're single, summer is a great time to get out there and start dating and getting to know people. It's time for connection. Let me know in the comments if y'all recognize this where you are. Oh, Jenny said, hell yeah. Exactly. So exciting. Jenny, I know you at the beach in the summer, right? Beautiful time. We're outside with less clothes. Okay. Celestine Dream Reader says, I'm from the Ocean State. We live in this season. That's what I'm saying. It look cosmic energy. Yeah, we be outside. That's on purpose. That's on purpose. And I truly have come to realize and recognize that the reason why it's set up that way is literally for us to meet the right people who set us up for our manifestations. It's for us to connect with the right people who are a part of the puzzle that unlocks our next level, that unlocks our next timeline. Summer season is for that, right? But this is why we have to be balanced in our emotions and in our discipline, because the devil is out like a roaring lion, ready to steal, kill, and destroy. So just as much as the summer is bringing people together, that's what this season does. But if you are not in the right environment and around the right people, you may be inviting certain energies that do not align with the vision that you have for your life. Okay. So this is why during the summer, yes, you want to be outside. Yes, you want to be connecting with people, but you need your self-awareness and emotional control so that the places you decide to frequent and go to is aligned, so that the connections that you make, you're able to say, okay, this person is in alignment with what I see for myself, or I like their frequency, I like their energy. And you're making those decisions from a very conscious and intentional place, right? That's what the summer invites us to do, okay? And I've just seen too many times in my own experience, right? Before I got with Dream, when I was fresh out of college in the summer, me and my homegirls were always going out. It was like every weekend there was something to do. There was a party. There was a this. There was a that. And so we were always in these places, right? But we were also always fighting at them. I vividly remember one time in the summer, me and my homegirls, we went to a beach together. Kind of a, well, I don't want to say it's a ghetto beach. It's a beach called Surfside out here. It's kind of small, you know. We're at this beach drinking, having fun, doing all of the things. And one of my friends that is driving, she accidentally bumps somebody's car in front of us because this beach was packed at the time. And the girl who car that she bumps, because it's summer, it's hot, people drinking, right? The girl gets out of the car, opens my best friend's front door, and literally starts swinging. Me and all my other girlfriends, we got to hop out the car and start fighting and doing all of this stuff happening in the summer. Just the energy and the heat and the passion, right? And then also that visibility thing, that exposure thing, because this visibility is not just focused on people who are living a purpose-driven, Christ-conscious, high vibrational life. The visibility, the light that is being shined is open and available for everybody, right? So making sure that you have that discipline in shining your light is super important when it comes down to the summer season, so that you stay safe, so that you make the right connections that truly make the difference, right? And so that you show up in a magical and powerful way. Let me know this right now in the comments. Do we have any Geminis, Cancer, Leo, even Virgo in the comments right now? Are any of y'all any of those signs? Okay. And the reason why I ask that is because if you observe and look at the people who you know, whether it's you or the people in your life who were born under those signs, whether it's their sun sign, moon sign, rising sign, whatever it is, it will show you exactly what this season is, right? So the modest more just, hey, Toya girl, Toya just said Leo. What is Leo? Leo is the lion. Leo is being seen. Leo is the leader. Leo is being out in the forefront. We're asked to do that in this season. We got CC, we got a Cancer in the building. What is that? This is our nurturing. It's our emotional side. Goes back to the emotions. It's our emotional side. I love the Cancer being that well, Cancer is a crab, but that 6-9 there. We just had 6-9 day the other day, right? So we seeing the nurturing, the love, the emotion, and needing to take care of that. Jenny says her son is a Gemini. Woo, woo. Yes, my dad is a Gemini. His birthday is actually today. And my dad is very fun, very outgoing, very outspoken. He is, a ball of energy, right? But also we went out to eat on Sunday for his birthday. And we're sitting down talking, and he says, yeah, last weekend, he is a supervisor in his company, right? And his company, they went and did some sort of, I don't know, event, retreat, something. My daddy said he was drinking for 4 days straight. Him and other grown-ass adult men, almost 60-year-old men. He said, man, he drank Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We went out to eat on Sunday. And he talking about, I told Dream, I was like, babe, we said we ain't getting no drinks here. My daddy talking about, yeah, I said the same thing too, but I think I'm going to go ahead and get one just to celebrate. See what I mean? That's the summer season, okay? So you got to pay attention to that. You got to be conscious of that so that the decisions that you are making are aligned with your ultimate goals. Thank y'all for all the birthday love for Dad. I appreciate that. That's my guy, right? So how do we develop this emotional control and discipline in this time that is so fun, that is so vibrant, and that really asks us to be outside, right? God, the Most High, and the way that this world, this earth was designed is literally inviting us to be outside right now, to let our light shine, right? To be our vibrant sun self. One, you got to be clear on what your purpose, what your magic, what your power is. Have to have clarity of, really? Okay. Got to have clarity on that. Because when you know what your passion is, what your purpose is, what your magic is, it helps you to say no to things that are not in alignment. And in the summer, you have to know how to say no. Okay? There are going to be many invitations to do this, do that, do that. If it doesn't align with the purpose, with the magic, with the passion, with the power that you are meant to express and give back, the answer is probably no. And I literally just had this experience, right? So with me building my club team, I wanted to put myself in positions to connect with more players, to connect with more parents. So I applied to different coaching opportunities that match what I need. I was offered all 3 of them. I literally was just offered over the past 2 weeks, 3 different coaching positions. Wow. And when I think about it, I'm so grateful. Y'all, Dream was super excited about it. He came on the book club last Saturday and was like, oh my God, so much good stuff is happening after this thing, because we're just getting offer after offer after offer. Well, the first offer that I received, I go to the gym. Oh, this is some deep shit. I go to the gym, beautiful gym, right? Not the best bathroom in the gym. And I pay attention to things like that because I'm like, if I'm going to be coming somewhere consistently, I needed to have a nice bathroom. Anyways, I go to the gym and the players that they have there are all like cursing. I'm confused by this. Like, these are like 15 and 16-year-olds, and they are just so freely just being like, F my life. Or they're just mouthing off curse words. Like they have no respect for the adults in the building. So I'm confused. And I'm in there, I'm doing like this little practice trial run thing, right? Because I'm observing. I'm trying to see what's going to be the best fit for my next moves that I make. One of the coaches, 40-year-old white woman. We talking, and everything was cool at first. In the middle of the practice, I speak highly of one of the black girls that are on the team. I was like, oh my gosh, she hitting that ball. Wow. She says, yes, she hitting that ball right now. Not in a game-like situation. Just watch. Watch when we just start playing. You're going to see she just. And so I'm like, okay, why are you talking about this girl like this? Weird, right? Even though the black girl did start playing and she was crumbling. She needs a lot of support and mental toughness. And that environment that she is in on that team is not going to help her to get to where she needs to go. I felt bad for the girl because I'm like, you are literally subjecting yourself to emotional abuse. So sad, right? So sad that this black girl is in this environment that all of these coaches in their mind, they've already counted her out. They've already said, now she ain't doing nothing. Yes, she tall. Yes, she can hit when ain't nobody on the net, but she ain't doing nothing. And I could tell by how, when they were playing in the game, I was standing by one coach who wasn't even the 40-year-old white woman that was talking crazy. Wasn't even her. It was another younger white woman coach with the same type of energy. And how freely they talk so negatively about the kids. I'm walking out of the gym and I tell the lady, all right, it was nice. I'm getting out of here. That's been my time. And she says, girl, I just told them they are worthless. Like they are nothing but but some whiny little bitches. And I walked out and I knew right then and there, it was an absolute hell to the no for me to that environment. Can't do it. And so when you have clarity on who you are, the purpose you serve, the light you're meant to shine, it becomes easy to say no to some of these offers that you are being given that are misaligned. Some of you in this summer season are going to be receiving offers in the relationship sense. Somebody is actually looking at you. They want to make it official. They want to date you. They want to get closer to you. They want to connect with you. The summer season is all about that. You need to be able to discern if this person matches the purpose, the passion, and the power that you possess, and quickly be able to say no. And here's a lesson that I learned today. Here's a major lesson that I learned today. And it kind of came through dream. I cannot even remember exactly. Oh, I remember what he said. He said, the ego will convince you to stick with what is comfortable. Here's what I mean. And I'm just telling y'all what's happening in this summer season. I'm just telling you through my experience. Was offered another position to coach volleyball and to be a performance coach at this school, which I really like the title, performance coach. I really like that. And I feel like that can just expand into so many ways, right? But when I looked at the schedule, when I looked at the amount of time that they would want me there, when I looked at what they were asking of me, it didn't fit, right? It didn't really fit with what I want for my life right now. But there were so many other things that did. You know, I like the health insurance, dental, medical, whatever, because right now we pay everything out of pocket, right? I like the idea of having a salary and, you know, things being consistent and knowing exactly what you're getting and at what time. I like the idea of having a set schedule. There are so many things about it that I liked, but I know that it is not in alignment with my purpose, my power, my passion, and where the divine is actually leading me to. And if I would have said yes to this great opportunity, great salary, 20 minutes away from home, right? All of these little things that appear to be convenient for me. I know that if I connect and if I agree and if I say yes to that, it's going to block off what I'm actually trying to do, which is connect with all of these teenage girls, build my club team instead of working for somebody else in the same exact way that I was in the past. So we have to have enough emotional awareness to be able to observe this and decide accordingly. And I'm not saying that it's going to be easy, right? Because I cried turning that position down. I cried sending that email saying, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to decline this offer, right? Because I knew it could be good, right? It could be cool, but I knew that God is asking me to go somewhere bigger. And so I have to take that leap of faith that has the Most High has already shown me what it is and what I'm meant to do, right? So it's not always easy to say no to things that fit within your box, that fit within your comfort zone, okay? The summer season invites us to get outside of our comfort in the name of passion, purpose, power, and shining our light. So now my next question to you is, how are y'all being asked to get outside of your comfort zone right now? What's going on with y'all? Some of you may be asked to do something totally different. Some of you are being asked to literally get outside of a box that maybe your parents put you in, the job put you in, the relationship put you in, whatever the situation may be. This summer season is saying get outside of that so that you can shine your light in a more impactful and powerful way. And listen, if you are not aware of these things just yet, we're just getting started. We are just getting started, right? This is just the beginning. We are not even officially in summer season, but all of the energy has already amplified. I was telling Dream that the other day. I was like, we get programmed to get into a summer mindset of being outside, traveling. Summer is all about travel too and movement. We get put in that mindset from growing up in school and being like, school's out for summer. Even though the summer solstice hasn't hit yet, even though the season has not officially shifted into summer, we are already in that frequency now. So all the things that I'm talking about, you're getting glimpses of it, right? You're getting little nodes of it, little peaks of it, right? But as we go through the entire summer season, as we go through those 3.5 months or so, that's when more of these things are going to start coming online. And you're going to start seeing and recognizing how the divine was always aligning your steps, right? Leading you into the next thing. Okay. So I just wanted to share that with the family today. We're going to talk more about the summer season in more detail soon, right? Every week I plan on, coming back with a new hot topic dealing with the summer energy so that we are optimizing this, so that we are making the best of it, right? So just make sure in this time right now, one, that you are really honest about the light that you are meant to shine and really honest about the habits, the thoughts, the fears, the emotion major that block you from showing up in that. In this season, really focus on your connections. The summer season is a perfect time for networking. So many different in-person events are happening. Actually, let me say this right now. Actually, if you don't know already, we are doing the New Love Life Dallas event this summer, right? Towards the end, more towards the end of summer, August 8th. Okay, I'm going to drop the link in the comments. It's a great opportunity to network and connect. That's what the season asks for, right? This season literally asks us to make connections that will make a difference in our lives. Okay, so at the 8A New Love Life event happening on the Lionsgate portal, we are literally bringing y'all together to support that networking, to support making those healthy connections, whether it is romantic, platonic, business, whatever it may be. The summer season is an invitation to connect. And so we got to get out of hiding, allow ourselves to be seen enough to welcome in the right people who support our trajectory. Everything is networking. We are not meant to do this thing by ourselves. If that's the case, you would have reincarnated on an island or on a land or on a planet where it was only you. But you didn't, right? You incarnated on this planet where you got billions of people, a billion people here that you are meant to connect with and do work with, right? People who are meant to support you in your life through their purpose, and people who you are meant to support through your purpose. That's what the summer season is about. The last thing I will say about the summer season is please pay attention to that energy of lust, that energy of moving too fast. Just going, just on the move, doing this, doing that, doing this, right? This does not mean don't act on those instincts. This doesn't mean don't take action on that purpose. You need to. But it is also an invitation to move with discipline and self-awareness and self-control. Okay? Like I said, there are people out here, ladies, I'm telling you, there are men out here that are looking for the girl in the sundress, right? Outside. And brothers, I mean, there may be women out here with the same type of perspective. I don't know. What I'm saying is really be aware and have that emotional control so that the decisions you make, the people you entertain, and the spaces that you show up in, they contribute to the magic of you and to the purpose and the light that you're supposed to shine. All right? That's my message for you guys today. I hope y'all enjoy this lovely Thursday. Summer season is getting hot. We're going to have fun. We're going to keep talking about this energy, talking about how to elevate it, how to tap into the highest vibrations of this summer season. All right? Peace and love, family. I'll catch y'all in the next one.